You have been responded.
What's going on, everybody? We'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Jacob and Ashley Show.
The Ashley and Jacob Show.
You still trying that, huh?
Never gonna stop. Never gonna give it up. It's mine, not yours.
This ain't name it and claim it, okay?
My name claims it automatically.
Okay.
It's
That's not
the
how that
first
works.
letter in the alphabet.
That is not how that works. I just want you to know.
It
Not
is.
at all. Not at all. All right, everybody. We want to welcome you to episode 3 of the Jacob and Ashley Show.
The Ashley and Jacob Show.
So we have a long show in store for you today, so we're going to get right to it. Ash, what you been doing?
Well, not a lot.
I mean, you mean not a lot has changed since last time?
Not really. I did watch WandaVision on Friday.
Matter of fact, we have been watching WandaVision.
Oh, yeah. It's the greatest.
We're going to go spoilers up to episode 4. So you might want to skip a little bit ahead if you haven't seen WandaVision and are interested in seeing it, or pause and come back. Actually, I don't like that. Just skip ahead. So, Ash.
Yes.
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
What is going on in WandaVision?
Everybody's confused.
Me too.
The beginning was really confusing because, you know, it starts out as the black and white old 60s goody two shoes, what do you call it? TV show.
You mean it starts out as a 60s sitcom?
Sitcom. That's the word.
Because they modeled it. I remember they were talking about it in like the production notes and stuff. They said that they modeled the first episode after the Dick Van Dyke show. The Dick Van Dyke show.
I know. Remember when we watched it, I literally told you this was from the Dick Van Dyke show. Yeah. This is literally how the front room was laid out and everything. Yeah. I told you that.
You did. And then the second episode was laid out after Bewitched, and it was basically Wanda in what we now know is a pocket reality. By the time you're seeing this, we're not going to spoil episode 5 because it's not out yet when we record this. But episode 4, we're definitely going to spoil. So it goes from the 50s to 60s, then it moves into the 70s and kind of this Brady Bunch-esque show.
Yeah.
Right? And then at the end of episode 3, Wanda has the twins.
Yes. Where they came from, we don't know.
So here's the thing. Wanda is basically one of the strongest mutants in the comic books.
Yeah.
Okay. So she can actually warp and rewrite reality. Mm-hmm. And she kind of finds out about this power accidentally. Basically, in the comics, she wills the kids to life.
That's crazy.
That's what she did this time. She willed the comics in. I did see a couple theories. I think you watched the video with me.
Yeah.
Where they were saying that the town is willing Wanda to have kids because like episode 2 was like for the children.
It wasn't the town. It was
the town.
Well, yeah, it was the town. It was the town, but it's also like that her next door nosy neighbor that seems to be doing it the most.
Yeah, but remember when they went to the talent show and they're like, "This is for the children." Like, yeah, for the children.
I thought that before I knew everything. I was like, why do they keep saying that? It's
weird.
Creepy.
It was really creepy.
For the children. Where are the children? There are no children.
There are children now.
Yeah, just those two.
Just them two. So yeah, so there's that, and then and at the end of episode 3, she kicks out, oh my gosh, what is her name? I know her name.
She was the Sword creator's daughter.
Yes, Monica Rambeau, was that her name?
I don't remember. Me and names are not a good thing.
Okay, so Monica Rambeau, I think she was like Geraldine or something like that. Mm-hmm.
That's who she was.
Yeah, for anybody who's seen Captain Marvel, and you remember Captain Marvel's black friend, that's Maria Rambeau. What? That's what it was. She was Captain Marvel's black best friend.
She was her token black friend. She was her the only one to be found.
Anyway. So, Captain Marvel's black best friend, Maria Rambeau. Maria Rambeau's daughter is this Monica Rambeau. So that also sadly means, shed tear, that at the time that this takes place, Maria Rambeau has died of cancer. She died during the
dusting.
Is that what they call the snap?
I don't know.
It's
That's not what they call it. The dusting. They all turned to dust.
So Monica Rambeau, that's who Monica Rambeau is. She was the little girl in Captain Marvel. That is this Monica Rambeau.
Okay.
So she obviously got sucked in, got kicked out at the end of episode 3. So episode 4 centers around her going in after what they call it, the blip, I think it was.
Well, it doesn't just center around that. It also centers around like them discovering what's going on in this little town that Wanda has taken over.
Yeah, I was getting to that. So,
okay.
Yeah, what they did is they talked about what happened because she came back during the blip. She was snapped out.
Oh, yeah.
So Monica came back after the blip, and then she was going into Sword and things like that. And I think the biggest difference between Sword now in the MCU versus Sword in the comics is that Sword stands for sentient world observation something, and in this show they stand for sentient weapon observation something. So that's like the big difference. They're also involved trying to find this missing person. You don't know who the missing person is. And we're not going to get too much in it because we can really be here on this show for probably a whole episode. But the thing we have to talk about, though, we got to talk about Dead Vision. Hole in the head, creepy eye.
I mean, that was a serious shocker. Like I was stunned. I was like,
oh, that nigga dead.
Really?
I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna beat myself. But he was dead.
He was, but it was messed up. I felt like they basically shattered our hope that Vision was alive. They're like, here we go. We just gonna settle this. No, he's dead.
So I did see an interesting theory about that. Is anybody that escapes the pocket reality is at that point alive?
What pocket reality?
Remember Wanda with the magic world, her perfect world? That's a pocket reality. So
if they escape that reality, then
yes.
Vision will be alive?
Yes, because you remember when Monica got shot out of the pocket reality, she got shot out with the energy surrounding her, and she got shot out with the 70s clothes on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I
don't know.
It's far beyond my pay grade to speculate. And the question remains, is Wanda actually the villain? Is she really the villain? I've heard a lot of hints at Mephisto, which is basically the Marvel's version of the devil. And then there's Agatha Harkness, which was
the witch.
Yeah, but she's Wanda's like mentor in the comics. I mean, it's like, take it lightly, but she's still her mentor.
But the thing is like, how would she be making her do it? Is she using her as like a puppet and controlling her powers?
This is why I said I really don't know.
It's just too much. There's too many directions this could be going to even try to figure it out.
It is.
I do want to say, though, for people who may not have seen this episode or seen WandaVision, do not let the first 2 episodes deter you from going through and watching the rest of the episodes.
I think that's why they released them. They released them together because I think for people that aren't really into the MCU that much, like a lot of people were really confused on the first 2 episodes. They're like, yeah, we're gonna watch WandaVision, and what is this?
Right.
And me and you are like, why is this? And everybody else is like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, if you watch the trailer, like if for the people who are actual MCU people,
But I'm talking about the people who aren't. I'm talking about the complaints that we're seeing are from people that are not diehard.
but what you watching it for if you're not?
Because they like the comics, like my parents. My parents thought the first 2 episodes was trash.
They
Particularly
did?
Pops. You know, Pops thought the first
No, he
2
didn't.
episodes.
He hadn't even, when we talked to him, he hadn't even watched
No,
it.
he just watched it.
No, he hadn't.
Yes, he did.
Nuh-uh.
No, I'm saying after he went home, they watched it, and he said the first 2 episodes was corny. And he
No,
still thinks
duh, that's the point.
And he still thinks the show is corny. Love you, Dad.
That's the point, though. But I am like a diehard fan for the old 60s, 50s, 70s
You are.
sitcoms. So I loved it either way. I was like, this is
Yeah.
great.
The last theory we'll talk about before we move on is that they do think that there is another theory that Wanda is basically coping with stress. And a lot of the ways people in my generation cope with stress is
It's hoarding.
I mean, I think it's not even just my generation. It's people at large. You cope with stress by finding things of your childhood. And like on a personal note, when I lost 2 grandfathers back to back, I was like lost. And Ashley was like, "Hey, have you seen I Love Lucy recently?" And we just
Watch this.
we just binged the whole series. It's just really
It was one of my
weird.
coping mechanisms back in the day.
Yeah. And it's just really weird thinking about that, and like that's a possibility that she's just coping by putting herself into childhood things, you know, just for a little bit to like soothe herself back into reality. So I don't know.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Okay, so today's main topic, we're actually just going to skip last week in nerd news altogether because we got a lot for you today. So today's main topic is what we learned co-oping together.
Yeah. We learned a lot.
We have. So what we have for you are different categories, and within each category of what we learn co-oping together are going to be games that we think help in those categories. Now, there are multiple games that could fall into multiple categories. We tried to put the games in the best category that we think it helps with. Okay. Or that it helped us.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So like,
Or what we discovered about
Mm-hmm.
ourselves
yeah.
while gaming together.
Okay. So our first category, or our first thing that we learned together, was communication.
Communication.
Communication. You can take all of these lessons into your relationship, and I think this is one of the biggest things when it comes to relationships, right?
Communication is pretty key in keeping a coupleship going.
That's right. So the first game under communication is Overcooked.
Yes. I loved Overcooked.
What is Overcooked, Ashley?
Overcooked can be played by 1 to 4 players. Majority of the time, we just play it together because we tried playing it with our friends. They weren't that into it.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But me and Ashley, because we're very competitive, and we basically won't leave any level until we have 3 out of 3 stars rating for the level.
Pretty much. Like, we will literally be just like
We
going crazy.
we haven't actually explained what it is. Ashley, I'm asking again.
My
all
sorry.
It's my sorry.
My bad.
What is Overcooked?
Overcooked is a team game where you're basically trying to save the world
Through food.
through food.
Yeah.
And you're trained, but before you save the world, you're basically going through this whole training
Isn't
of
the first
making
game,
food.
don't you gotta fight like a meatball monster?
Yeah, it's a big meatball
It's a big
monster.
meatball, yeah. So you're trying to save the world through
By
cooking
feeding it.
food. Now, it's not a simulation game, a sim.
No.
So you're not going through like season the salad with paprika, basil, oregano. No, you're not doing
Right.
all that.
It's not no cooking mama.
Right. It's basically like if you're making a pizza, you take the pizza to the what's it called? The cutting board. You take the pizza to the cutting board.
Put
you
the
press
sauce on it.
No, you press the button to bash the pizza.
Oh,
To
yeah.
turn it from dough into pizza dough. Then to turn the tomatoes into the pizza sauce, you just take the tomato to another cutting board, bash it, and then put it on the pizza. Then the same thing with the cheese. You need cheese, put it on the same. You just mix cutting boards and then just mash it and then just throw it on the pizza. And then the same thing with the top. Yeah, and then throw it in the oven. So it's like really
and you got
simple.
Clean dishes.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You got to clean dishes. You got to meat specific order. So like there's normally 2 to 3 different like variations of something. So like pizza might be like, okay, here's a cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, and a mushroom pizza, right? And then you got to do those. And then you got to take different specific orders for each customer. And the faster you do it, the more tips you get.
Yeah, and then like as the game goes on, they throw more obstacles at you.
Yeah, there's Overcooked and Overcooked 2 out now, but my favorite levels in the original Overcooked were the haunted house levels.
Those ones got on my nerves.
They were crazy because it was like we started like throwing stuff across the room,
right?
To like have each other catch it.
Like I can't do it, just throw it to me. Yeah, I like the ice ones, even though they got on my nerves because you was just sliding off. So those were fun. There's different themed levels, and it just gets crazier as you go.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah, Overcooked is a great game. The other game in this category is Snipper Clips. And Snipper Clips, for the Switch owners out there, is... I honestly don't even know how you play this game one person. Like, I've seen it played, and I tried playing it by myself.
People play it by themselves?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, it wasn't for me. Because like you basically move. Anyway, let's tell people what it is first. So Snipper Clips is a game about 2 pieces of paper.
Yep.
And you basically cut into the other person. That doesn't hurt them. They laugh and giggle when they get cut. But you cut into the other person and you basically make shapes and solve puzzles based on that. So you might have to get like a basketball to a hoop. But they're this weird like eraser shape. So like the top of them is curved and the bottom of it's flat, or the top's flat, the bottom's whatever. But they're weird shapes.
No, they're both flat tops.
Okay, flat top, curved bottom. Okay, yeah, flat top, curved bottom. So it's like an oval with the top cut off.
Yeah. But
Snipper Clips is also a great game for communication and just learning how to talk to each other. Like both games, we definitely could see like, oh, this is helping us improve our communication, learning how to work together, going for a goal, trying to explain a weird shape in Snipper Clips, like, and how to, because that's where it gets really difficult, right?
Yeah, basically, I mean, technically, we didn't have to really explain things. You'd be like, okay, I got an idea. Just stand there, and I'm going to cut here, and then you go here, and I'll cut.
That is not true.
I feel like it.
No, because we would have these ideas, and they'd be like, okay, now you're going to rotate a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm going to, okay. They were like, what are you doing? Okay, no, hold on. And then it got like really crazy.
You're saying exactly what I just said. Like you said exactly the same thing.
Did I?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Communication. Ashley, what is the next thing that we learned while co-oping together?
To give new genres a chance.
Yeah, this is really, I think, important because we both bring our own experiences in.
Yeah.
And so I think being able to give new genres a chance is something that we've both done and we've been surprised about with the results when we do them. I think the game that most stands out for us in Give New Genres a Chance is a game called Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
Now, bear with Ashley and I because we really don't remember this game.
It has been literally like 5 years, I think.
We played this game very early on in our relationship. But the game centers around a girl that is linked to a spirit. I think I remember that because they thought originally she was like psychic or something like that. That's not the case. Ashley played the girl.
Yeah.
And I played the spirit. The most memorable part, there was this part where the girl goes to this birthday party and they lock her under the stairs, like Harry Potter style. Yeah,
because wasn't it like they like locked her in there for like 7 minutes in heaven or something?
No, it wasn't even that. They locked her in there by herself, I thought. And she was like, let me out or something.
Maybe.
And so all I remember is you control the spirit. And I was just raging through like, let her out. Like, you don't actually say that in the game, but that's how I was playing it.
Things are just flying around the room.
Yeah, that's how I was playing it. Like, because I basically like treated it, because the spirit doesn't have a voice. So I just treated it like how I would be if I was the spirit. And I was just like wrecking these kids' birthday parties. Like, oh, let her out the closet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't remember a lot. I just remember that we liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And we were like, we felt pretty accomplished when we finished it. Like, that was a good game.
Yeah, it has now Elliot Page.
Yes.
Willem Dafoe. I'm trying to remember it had a couple big name actors. It was in the same vein. If you liked Heavy Rain, I think there was another game, Detroit Become Human.
That was after.
No, I'm saying it's from the same maker though.
Oh, yeah.
That was Beyond Two Souls. The other couple of games that we tried, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
We did more than tried it.
Yeah, I actually had never played a first person shooter that she liked until one day I just like passed her the controller when I was playing Black Ops 3. And then I had seen a side of her that I had never seen in my entire life.
What side was that?
I can't say. This is going to the internet. But no, she was like, I have no words to describe it. It's just so competitive.
I'm quite curious.
It was like competitive mixed with the drive, mixed with the rage of like, I will win this game through the sheer force of my guns.
I got pretty good at it.
You did.
I was really bad at first, but I got pretty good. I got a lot of kills.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Fortnite is in that genre, and then another game that is in this category is Pikmin 3.
Yep.
It's a game that we just started, but actually I like Pikmin 3 so far. You?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, we haven't played that far. We've barely gotten past the demo, but it's new and it's different. It's not like most games we've played together or even
I don't think it's like
separately.
anything that we've ever played, period.
Yeah.
Because you take the little Pikmin, direct them where to go, and
It's cool though.
It is.
Like I can see like once we get into it, it'll be something that will probably be driven to finish.
For sure. The next thing we learned while co-oping together is stop trying to lead and walk together. That sounds like a message. That sounds like a message right there. As I close my Bible, my topic is stop trying to lead and walk together. Turn to your neighbor and say, stop trying to lead.
Stop trying to lead
And walk together.
and walk together.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
For those that don't know me and Ashley, we are two very, very strong personalities.
Yeah.
Very.
It's kind of bad.
It ain't bad. It's just different.
It can be bad.
That is true. If you don't know how to work together, it definitely can be bad. The game that helped us learn this the most was Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, everybody knows Super Mario, okay? Like, you know, Super Mario, played it on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, SNES, the N64, GameCube, something. You had to
I
play
played
Super
none
Mario.
of those.
Ashley, hush.
It's the truth.
You played Mario on the original Nintendo.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't quite listening.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I thought you were talking about all the different Luigi's Mansions before now. I was like, I haven't played none of those.
The first Luigi's Mansion was on game. This was actually my first Luigi's Mansion game.
Yeah.
The second one was on 3DS, so I was never playing that one. Yeah, this one, oh man. But I think the biggest thing for Ashley and I, because you got the one character is the Guigi and the other character is Luigi. They did a really good job with the level design in the game, so that both characters play an integral role in the game.
So, Jacob mentioned Guigi. So, you play a gooey version of Luigi.
It's literally, he looks like Flubber.
Yeah, basically. And there are parts of certain levels where only Guigi can do something. So you kind of split up and work together in your own little places that you are in the level.
I can't remember which one of us wanted to play Guigi more. Because like Guigi had a bunch, like he would go down the grates.
Yeah, he was kind of fun.
Yeah. Then that
I think it
final
was
boss,
me. I think I played Guigi a lot.
Yeah. I know we fought over who was going to play Luigi.
Yeah.
But that the final boss was we're not going to spoil what it is, but it was a good final fight.
It was kind of hard.
Yeah. So
It was fun though. It was real silly.
yeah, once we learned how to you know, it's not like who's in front, who's the leader. It's more we're just walking this journey together and just really seeing how it plays out. Once we figured that out,
we did but well together.
Another game in this category is Borderlands.
Yes.
It's one of those games that kind of has the same thing. Like we're always racing to be like the first one to like click
I'm
the
gonna
button.
get there. I'm gonna get the car first.
I'm gonna go to the next level, to the next area.
Oh,
Click.
you're not coming? You're taking too long choosing your guns. I'm out of here. I'll see you
Right.
later.
Right? It was crazy. But yeah, so stop trying to lead and walk together.
Yes.
Ashley, what is the next thing that we learn together while co-oping?
This is something I'm very familiar with.
Me
It
as
would
well.
be try not to rage.
Yes.
Raging can sometimes be a severe reaction to games.
Yeah, and a big hindrance in a relationship. The game that really taught us this the most is Ibn Ab. When Ashley and I were first learning how to co-op together. This one could also go into communication, but I had a tendency, because I'm a very like serious gamer.
Too serious
and I'm
sometimes.
not, and I'm talking and I'm not saying like I'm a hardcore gamer. I play like, no, it's not about the games I play. It's literally how I play it. Like sometimes when I'm trying to like be like, I'm a person that like I play the Contras out there, stuff like that. Like I'm just like I gotta go into the hardest stuff. So for Ibn Ab, it's like a very simple game. One's a green blob, one's a pink blob. And you just solve different platforming puzzles and jumping puzzles and gravity puzzles, and the world can invert itself. Basically, half of the world has reverse gravity. So you jump through, and then basically the gravity will turn upside down, and there's tons of puzzles based on platforming about that. The problem was that I was still working on some of my communication. And instead of having fun, I basically got angry to the point where I sucked the fun out of the game for Ashley.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible. He would be quite mean sometimes because sometimes I'm not good at every game. Sometimes I have to take extra turns to get something right. And Jacob doesn't like that sometimes.
No, that was in the past.
He was impatient.
I was very impatient.
So he would rage, and then it wouldn't be fun anymore. And I'll just be goofing around like, I'm going to try again. And he's like, come on, Ashley. You've done this 5 times. And I'm like, I'm gonna get it this time. I promise.
Yeah, so that's something we've learned. We've actually, because the PS4 came out, so we like sold our PS3, but we got Ibn Ab back on the Switch, and we're working to complete that now. The other thing, and this is the part that Ashley struggled with, I'll say, is in the fighting/competitive games. So your Tekken Tag Tournament 2 or Tekken 7, Towerfall.
Not really Towerfall. That was a co-op.
If
we
we
played
both
together.
had like 4 kills and it was last kill.
Is this us playing
down
with
to
other
the
people?
wire. I'm talking me and you.
We never played against each other. I don't remember that. I would never do that because that wouldn't be fun.
Anyway, Smash Brothers is in there as well. But yeah, like if I get on a winning streak, because again, we've talked about it before in fighting games, like sometimes my skill level is completely outclassed hers because I'm normally like playing online and stuff like that. So normally when we play fighting games is when I first get the game or if the game has handicaps. But if I get on like a really good win streak, which is it can happen for anybody in a fighting game. Sometimes it's just your day and you are about to clap everybody that shows up.
Yeah, like that one time that we played Soul Calibur and I literally beat you like 5 times in a row.
I don't know what you are talking about.
And you literally rage quit.
Does not compute.
You don't remember that?
First of all, I didn't rage quit. I just, after you beat me.
You didn't rage
it was
quit.
Like, first of all,
I
it was
actually played and I beat you so bad. And I was just like, I'm actually tired of beating you. And I quit. And then you got mad because I said that.
Because we played maybe 8 to 10 games.
It was a lot.
You was like, that's not a lot. That's not a lot.
8 to 10 games
That
is a lot.
Not when you 3-stocking me the whole time.
I can't help I beat
just
you
like,
about
bow, bow, bow.
eight of those
Bow, bow, bow.
times.
Bow, bow, bow. And then
I'm
you just go
sorry.
leave like, all right, I'm done.
I
Have a
just
great
got
day,
tired. I was
everybody.
just like, this isn't fun.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about you learning not to rage. So can you talk about like why when we would play Tekken or Smash and I would just, why did you rage and what did you do to help stop it?
Well, here's the thing. I am a very competitive person. And I like to be good at things. So when I'm playing fighting games, back in the day, I would play fighting games, but I would play it me and the CPUs.
What fighting games did you play back in the day?
Soul Calibur.
Okay, that would explain something.
Yeah. And I used to play it, like I played it all the way through the story and I would just play it out of boredom. It was like, it was just sitting there on the Dreamcast that my brother wasn't playing. So I was just like, might as well play it.
That's crazy.
I'm not doing nothing.
That actually explains why you were so good. I was like, I think I'm pretty decent at fighting games. But
Yeah.
the way you like dismantled me in Soul Calibur,
Yeah.
I haven't been dismantled like that in a very long time.
I've never done it with no handicaps. Never.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but so what did you do? So what did you do to stop raging?
I just stopped playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you know that if the rage is that much of a problem in the game, sometimes you just got to detach from it. You just got to say, hey, this just ain't for me. And if it causes you to be toxic, then sometimes you just got to put the toxic thing away, you know?
Yeah, or like I didn't just stop altogether. It was more like I just stopped playing for the time because I wasn't having a good time and I was losing a lot. So I would just be like, I'll play some other time. I'm done playing for now.
Yeah.
And I would come back to it and beat you behind. And then it would be fun again. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. So the next thing that we learned while co-oping together is how to improvise / dying in style.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Listen, this is probably going to be my favorite category. I'm going to try not to talk too long because, yeah, honestly, this is one of those that we learned early on. Like sometimes even when you lay all the best laid plans and everything that you set up and you could literally set up everything in a perfect way, that sometimes just stuff just goes so crazy and awry. For me, the first game that taught us it's not the game that's the epitome of it, but the first game that taught it to us was Don't Starve Together.
Yes, it was. That was literally the first game that would be under this category that we actually played together.
Mm-hmm. What is Don't Starve Together, Ashley?
Okay. So
She's stumped right now.
I'm not stumped. It's
can't
just
wait
like we played it so much and at the same time we did not finish the game, nor did we really know what the heck we was supposed to be getting to.
To be fair, did we put like 30-40 hours into the game though?
Yes.
For me, if I put somewhere between 40 and 60 hours in the game I consider the game beat. Okay. I'm an adult. I have 2 children.
But we didn't beat it. I think there's actually an ending to it, and I have no idea what it was.
I mean, I'm talking specifically in Don't Starve Together. Because the original Don't Starve has its own like story and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But Don't Starve Together, it's a survival game. And basically the first thing you learn in Don't Starve is if you don't build a fire by nighttime, you die. You
Yeah,
don't know what kills you,
immediately.
just the monsters literally will kill you. Then the next thing you learn is you need sleep. If you don't get enough sleep,
You go crazy.
you will go crazy. You will see.
You go loopy.
You will see
crazy.
psychedelic monsters, and then they'll just kill you.
Yeah.
And like, so it gets crazy. It's a really fun game, but I think that's one of those games that's just like sometimes you just set up a plan and like
You try to do everything right.
and you'll travel, and then all of a sudden you'll just like meet a horde of monsters,
And it's over.
and then like I forget, isn't it that one like jumpy monster that like jumps around, has like a horn or something like
Oh yeah.
Like because we just got destroyed by the most random things. I think one time Ashley accidentally burned our entire tree supply down trying to create charcoal from one tree, and like the
I
entire
burned a whole
forest got
forest.
set on fire.
It was bad.
Oh. So yeah, learning to improvise / dying in style. We have a few more games. So another game that's really big for us was Streets of Rogue.
I really like that game.
Yeah, this is the best way I could describe Streets of Rogue is it is a twin stick shooter. So left stick moves, right stick aims, but you can go anywhere in the levels and interact with just about anything.
Everybody.
So like they didn't have the Crips and the Bloods. They had the Blue Gang and the Red Gang. And if you're the Blue Gang member, then the Red Gang members would see you and jump you. Like you could be a vampire, a werewolf, like so like you could be a police officer.
You could be a scientist.
Yeah, there were cannibals randomly in the game. Each character in the game had their own special power and starting equipment set. You could do quests on the levels. Like it was just really fun. But the amount of times that we died,
so many,
was just like insane.
Like we had to stay alive for so long.
Like there's this one where it's not the Terminator, but it's like for copyright reasons, but it's the Terminator, and the Terminator would show up and just like shoot the slow rockets at you.
Oh,
and just like would blow up the entire level.
Yeah,
and
it would
hunt
be
you
bad
the entire time.
And you just running for your life, trying to get everything you're supposed to get.
Right. Another one is Ghost Recon Wildlands.
I like that
because we would set up like tandem sniping, and one of us would miss every time. Like no matter what, we was like, okay, like
It'd
we would take Ghost Recon Wildlands is basically like an open world stealth game, and so we'd go through painstakingly, like take a helicopter up to the mountain and upgrade our sniper rifle, and then we're like, okay, now that we're up on the mountain,
why are we whispering?
because it's stealth. Shh. So now that we're up on the mountain, we're gonna snipe the commander and his right hand lieutenant. Okay.
Yeah.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, pow! And then next thing we know, we would miss, and all heck would break loose, and we got the entire base shooting at us. And it was just like those. So games like that. Another game for us is games, I'd say. Streets of Rage 4, River City Girls.
Yeah.
Games where you can turn friendly fire on, so like if you can punch each other while you're playing, it definitely like teaches you how to improvise. I think the goofiest one on this list though is Death Road to Canada.
Oh my goodness. Now I was really weary about this game, I will say.
Why?
Because I don't like zombies.
Says the person that is so good at Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It is sickening.
Those aren't the same kind of zombies. Those are more like playful zombies.
They are literally the same kind of zombies. Death Road to Canada is like, what if Zombies Ate My Neighbors meets Oregon Trail?
Yes.
So you go.
Wait, Oregon Trail?
Yes, Oregon Trail.
I don't know, actually.
Remember, you're going through on the road, and as you go through the road, different things happen. You meet different people. Different things happen to your car.
That is true. Yeah.
So it's like Zombies Ate My Neighbors meets Oregon Trail, but with pixelated graphics. And I just know, like, when we die in games, we just go out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, it'd be bad. I mean, like,
I was really surprised we beat it on co-op. It's roguelike, so you can do it multiple times.
yeah, that's true. I mean, after a while, you kind of like get like a certain formula to get through the game.
But it's a roguelike though, because like, you know, it has those random things where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to this shop encampment, but the whole encampment is like burning to the ground. It's like one random dog selling you like a bone or something.
Right.
Is there so many like random encounters to have? I think one time we like aliens showed up. Yeah, it's like I said. It's not, even if you have like a formula, where it's like, okay, we're not going to go too far, or when we go in a house, we're going to stick together and always close the doors. Like eventually, the game is going to throw such a curveball at you that you just really can't recover.
It is true, but I mean, I guess so. Yeah, it takes a lot to win.
Yes.
Same as what was it? Streets of Rogue. Streets of Rogue was like that too.
Yeah.
They're both pretty similar.
They're both roguelites.
When it came to like how to survive, like you got a long way to go with the two of you.
Yeah, they're both roguelites, so they're going to share a lot of similarities there. So, Ashley, what is the next thing that we learned while co-oping together?
You won't like everything that the other person likes to play.
And they won't like everything that you like to play.
Exactly. Like Armello. I don't like it.
I mean, you have to say it so defiantly, though. It's so wrong. I'm going to sing a song about how I don't like the game. Here is the ballad of hatred.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
Armello is a board game turned video game.
It's an electronic board game, but it's on the Switch. It's on PS4. It's on Steam.
Yeah.
You play different factions, roll dice. We're not going to talk. Yeah, we can talk. We can talk about it. What don't you like about it? How did we resolve it?
Well, look at here. It makes me sad that I don't like it because it's something I always wanted to come to life. A board game that you don't have to set up. You just get to play it. And I'm like, this is going to be great. And I was like, no, it's not. It was just too slow. And even though, like, as playing real board games, I hate rolling dice. I hate it even more when a computer is doing it for me.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know if it's too slow. I think if it's slow, it's just because you take a long time on your turn.
But here's the thing. I don't take a long time on my turn. You do. So I'm just sitting over here bored.
More lies and slander.
It's you, boo-boo.
Lies and slander.
No. It's
Lies.
you.
Slander.
You get it.
Slander.
You.
Lies.
Anyways. And Final Fantasy, what is it?
14.
Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah.
Did I play that?
Yes.
Which one is this?
That's the online, the MMO. You
Yeah.
tried. You tried.
I tried.
Really, she gave it the old college try.
I tried so hard to
She
like
put
this
like
game.
30, 40 hours, 30 something. I don't know.
I actually went to like level 40.
You did not go to level 40.
What did I go to?
I don't even think you made it to your actual job. I don't think you made it out of level 30.
I got to like level 30.
I don't think you got to you. Did you get to your job?
I got past 20.
You
I know
did?
that. Yes.
Did you get to your job?
I think so.
Wow. Yeah, she
Yeah, I
put,
did
a lot,
get
she
to my
put a lot
job.
of time into the game. I'll give her that.
I tried to love it as much as WoW, which is World of Warcraft for those that don't know, but I just couldn't. I don't know. It just didn't give me the same drive to play the game, and I just wasn't as interested. I think it was mainly about the world that it was in and the storylines that I just couldn't connect with.
Yeah. I love the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm like a big proponent of Final Fantasy 14. The only reason I don't play it, if I'm not playing it, is because I don't have time. But the game, the world, everything you can do, the job and class system, it's just one of those games where like the hits keep on coming. They've refined the story. They refined the gameplay. They completely redid how the game works and the systems. And again, I could keep talking about Final Fantasy, but again, that's one of those games where she tried it and we tried even co-oping together and stuff. And even then, for her, it just wasn't that fun. So that's one of those ones that got away from us. A game that she likes that I don't like is the Survivalists. I honestly thought I was going to like it because we've played Don't Starve and we played Crashlands.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did we play that together?
We did. You can't. It's not the same like Don't Starve because remember we tried playing Crashlands together, but one of you plays that stupid robot
Oh yeah, it was really boring.
It was co-op was really boring, but single player because the story it had a
I got
much
really
better
far.
story. I did too. It has a way better story.
I
than
totally
Don't
forgot
Starve.
about that game. Why
You
have
forgot about
I
Crash
not
Bandicoot?
played it? I haven't even finished it. I
haven't
finished like
either.
the first part, but not the second.
I feel like there was a game that dropped, and the game was so big, we just was like,
it was Animal Crossing. I think.
was it Animal Crossing? Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? I think you're right.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
it's Animal Crossing. We were playing it right before Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing came out and killed it. But yeah, so we've played a lot of games in that vein. So when I went to Survivalist, I was like, oh, bet. And I couldn't even start the demo. I literally played 10 minutes into the game, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this. I was like, I already knew, because it felt like the worst parts of Don't Starve for me. Which when we played Don't Starve together, that's literally what's called Don't Starve together. When we played Don't Starve together, it was the because they take off like the kind of limits of what you're doing, but the survivalist kind of felt the same. It just was like, I'm just here, just doing a thing.
But that's not how it is.
But that's how it felt.
But you didn't give it a chance. He played it for like 10 minutes. Maybe less.
I mean, I did. No, I thought I
No,
played it for like, it
boo-boo.
was better than 10.
No, you did not.
I
you literally played for 10 minutes like, you know what? I got something to do. So I'll get back to this.
But I just know when I'm going to like a game and I know when I'm not. Like,
No.
I will sit through slow 3-hour cold open Japanese RPGs when I know I'm going to
promise.
like it.
It gets better.
We'll check back in. I'm going to give it another try and see. Maybe I can talk Ashley into playing some Armello, because we only played 2 games. Huh? No, we didn't play 2 games. We played 1 game.
No, we played multiple
No, we
games. I
didn't.
just kept dying.
No, we did not. You can't die in Armello.
Yes, you can.
I mean, you get sent back to the home base, but it's not games. It's just one
I
giant
did it so
game.
many times. I got tired of playing.
Again. So
Hatred.
maybe that's the deal we'll make. I'll play some Survivalists if you play some Armello.
But I already played Final Fantasy 14 for hours.
Okay.
So you owe
You
me.
don't suggest that many games, so it's
Exactly.
it's
So you
about
should
the
give my
percentage.
stuff more chances.
It's about. It's not even about the percentage. I'm pigeonholing myself, but it's about something. It's about something. All right. The next thing that we learned while co-oping together is don't take yourself too seriously. Get ready to laugh.
Exactly. We do a lot of that.
Yeah. Sometimes there are games that come along that are so absurd, so silly, or the premise of the game leads to ridiculous hilarity that you just can't, like, the whole time you play it, you're just going to laugh. The first game for us was Jackbox 1. That game has like a quiz show in it. You play from your phone or tablet. It's like the most low maintenance modern video game out there.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, those old trivia board games, but in a video game.
Like, if you ever remember at B-Dubs, I don't know if they still do it, 'cause it obviously pandemic, but when B-Dubs used to do trivia back in the day, it's basically that. Specifically, Jackbox 1 and Jackbox 5 has the You Don't Know Jack game. And we're talking about it so much, after we get done, we're going to play a game. Seriously, I'm not even joking. We're going to play a game of You Don't Know Jack.
Let's do it.
But yeah, it's just a really fun game. Like, it just keeps you laughing, like the things that they say, the things that they make you do. Like, all of that to me is really funny. Another game is Broforce.
Oh my goodness. That game is ridiculous. It's basically a side scroller with a whole bunch of bootleg superheroes.
It's a side scroller in the vein of Contra. But it's not as hard, and it's basically parodies every action movie ever with bros.
What is it? Rambo?
No, Rambro.
Rambro. Who else? McGrew or something like that.
Yeah. Like, they parody, because Blade it's like Braid or something like that.
It's Braid Bro.
Like, everything's blowing up. The game is absolutely absurd. I'm about to look up the Broforce bros. There are female bros as well.
They are?
Yeah.
Why have I never seen one?
Okay. So they have, like, your starting ones, I think, is Rambro, which is Rambo. Then they have Bromando, which is John Matrix from Commando. They have B.A. Brorakis for B.A. Baracus. There is Brodell Walker, which is Walker Texas Ranger, yo.
He's the best.
I'm pretty sure his kick or something is part of it.
Yeah.
They have Bro Hard instead of Die Hard. It's Bro Hard. Yeah, you said not. They have not. You think about. You always say MacGruber. It's MacGyver.
MacGruber. It's from SNL.
Brover. Yeah, so Blade is Braid, and then instead of Judge Dredd, there's Bro Dredd. Then there's Bro in Black, which is the Will Smith character from Men in Black. Brominator, Brobocop, Indiana Brones, Ashley Brolyums. Sorry, not Ashley, Ash Brolyums. So from the Evil Dead. Mr. Anderbro, the Boondock Bros, Brochetti. I think Brochetti was probably one of my favorite ones. Bronan the Brobarian, Ellen Ripbro, which is Ellen Ripley from the Alien series. Time Cop. Like
there's lots of bros.
There's so many. It keeps going. I'm stopping, but it's insane how many bros there are in the game.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun, silly game. Like even though you die a whole bunch, you die in so many funny ways. It's just fun to play.
Yeah. The levels are quick. Up there, Death Squared is another one.
Death Squared is kind of like N++ as well.
No, they're two different games. Death Squared is a puzzle game with you playing two cubes, and I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds is the narrator.
He is, and he's so no, he's not. He's just a Ryan Reynolds sound-alike.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, let's look it up.
Ryan Reynolds is not.
Death Squared narrator Mick Lauer.
Told you.
Yeah, but he's still funny.
He is funny.
He's very funny. The game keeps us laughing, even though you're dying a bunch of response to how you die.
Or we kill each other.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because like sometimes some puzzles will be based on how you move on the grid. So it is a 3D game. So I don't want you to think like when I'm saying grid, but it's a 3D game. But the grid is there to help you like position. And you're playing two AI consciousness, AI, just two artificial intelligences that are basically trying to get placed in their AI work system. So the better you do, the better you get placed. Now, the story is based around that, but you keep going. But there's some levels that, like, say Ashley's the blue and I'm the red. There's some levels where she'll move right, then there's a laser beam that will come and kill me if she moves right, or spikes will come out from the ground if she moves up. So we like have to figure out how to maneuver in certain ways, or if you hit a switch, then something crazy happens. So, but yeah, you die in that one a lot. That's pretty fun. M++ is a game about being a ninja that only has, I think, like 60 seconds to live or something.
A stick ninja.
It's a sick ninja, but the ninja.
You said a sick ninja.
It's a sick ninja. So the only way that the ninja can keep living is by collecting more gold.
Yes. I don't remember that.
That is actually.
That's really what happens?
That's really why you go collect the
and then
gold.
there's basically booby traps on all the different tracks to get the gold.
Booby traps, homing robots, all kind of insanity and absurdities.
And playing it together is even more difficult to try to stay alive together.
Yep. M++ is both on PS4, Switch. I think it's on Steam.
I don't know.
Too, maybe. But yeah, M++ is definitely a fun game too when it comes to just absurd things happening while
being
you're
ready to die in all kinds of ridiculous ways.
Yeah. So the next category is not really something we learned, but we put it on here because it's a category. Ashley, you want to take this one?
That's co-op?
These are games that aren't really co-op, but
we turned it into co-op.
We sure did. What was the first game that we did this with?
The first game that we did this with was probably Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
Or Watch Dogs, was it?
I think Far Cry 3 was first. Pretty sure.
Yeah. We I don't know why, we just really got into the story. Yeah. And we weren't playing any other games really at the time. So we just got into the story and I was like, well, when you die, I want to play.
I was like, what? But then it worked, you know.
We did it the old-fashioned way, you know, the old Sega Genesis type of thing. Like, okay, when you die, it's my turn.
Yeah, that's something that I used to do back in the day with my sister.
I did it with my brother.
So there you go. But yeah, so we play Far Cry 3 is a game where a bunch of tourists come to an island. They're young tourists, so they're basically on spring break. A bunch of kids. Okay, they're on spring break, and don't this drug lord or something like that? He basically like kidnaps his friends or something. Yeah, you don't remember that in the opening cutscene because you're like running away and then his brother gets shot in front of him.
That's not how it is.
Yeah, it is.
Far Cry 3 has nothing to do with no kids on vacation.
Yes, it is.
I thought it was about people.
I mean, okay, when I say kids, I'm talking like 21, 22. Them
no,
kids to me.
I mean, like, I thought Far Cry 3.
Jason was a kid.
I thought Far Cry 3 was about, I guess there were younger people, but they lived in villages.
Oh.
Okay, we just gonna look it up because it's been a minute. It's been about another 5 years since we played that too. Maybe 4.
Far Cry 3. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking of another thing.
They're on spring break. They're jumping out the plane. They're having the fun. Toasting on the beach. Woohoo! Partying, having a good time. Nightlife. Bars. Clubbing. And then here come the peoples. And they interrupted them while I was on spring break. And they're just evil. Trying to take over the island. So anyway.
Y'all, I totally forgot about that.
I don't
whole
get how
plot.
you forgot all of this.
What?
Yeah, you basically are helping the locals take back their island from this. I don't know if he's basically like a crime boss. Boss.
Yeah.
But it does the weird thing is it does like a switcheroo. It's an old game, so I'm sorry. We're spoiling this one. It does a switcheroo like halfway through because you kill Voss and we're like, that's it? And it's like, no. Here's the real bad guy now.
Yeah.
Does it sound familiar?
Yeah, sorta.
The favorite thing that I liked about Far Cry though is it had a lot of stealth in it. The other game that we played like Far Cry was Watch Dogs.
Yeah. And
Watch Dogs is what if hacking was available at your fingertips plus a stealth game.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere, anywhere you go.
Yeah. Like, what's some stuff that you can hack in Watch Dogs?
What do you call it? Power systems? Yeah. I can't think of
Traffic
everything.
Lights.
Banks.
Yeah, you could tap into people's phones and take their money. Mm-hmm.
See everything about them.
Oh yeah, and
hack into people's TVs.
That's what it was, because the CTOS system was a surveillance system put into place in Chicago, fictional Chicago, where there was basically they had a profile on every person through face recognition software.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah, and so you tapped into the system, and so you could read everybody's profile.
Mm-hmm. And you could hack like what do you call those things? Power things?
Power nodes? What are you talking about?
Like
power
the things on the outside of like buildings to like
a power junction box.
Is that like
but you can hack those. You can hack like the street poles that come out the ground. You can hack all kind of stuff in that
anything.
game.
You could make explosions happen.
Hack cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you would use that in combination with stealth, and the story was really fun. I think the game she put it on the list, but she never played it. No. She just sat next to me and screamed when I screamed. That was PT, the demo.
It was really fun, though. Don't say it wasn't fun.
It was fun, but I'm pretty sure I lost like 2 years off my life.
Ooh, that game was scary. That's why I didn't play, because I would have just sat in a corner somewhere until the monster came.
Yeah. I will go on record and say that PT is the only game that has ever made me actually scream for real, like I was really scared. Like normally if I'm scared, I do like this goofy screaming like, no, like, you know. But literally, I screamed like a man.
We both screamed.
Ah!
He was screaming like that. I was screaming high pitched.
Yeah, and like Ashley's mom like read it to room like, "Why y'all okay? What's going on?" We're just like, the game.
It was just a game.
I turned around and the face was there.
And it was like in the middle of the day too. But we had like closed all the curtains so it would be scarier.
Here's the thing that they did that was really messed up. Do you know that they encoded the jump scare into different parts into each game? It was like based on like a bunch of random different features from like your profile and your console and stuff like that.
Really?
So some people never saw the jump scare.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Like that didn't happen. Like I remember people saying like that didn't happen to me.
Yeah,
and
because remember you get to see the trailer because PT was the playable demo for Silent Hills, which was like the reboot, and then it got canceled because Konami and Hideo Kojima. We're not gonna talk about it.
They fell out.
Oh man, they fell out real hard. So people didn't even get to see the Norman Reedus part where it was like where it went to that trailer. Like we didn't see it in ours, and we were doing everything at that point. Like we had, I think we had seen the jump scare so many times at that point. It was just like it wasn't doing anything to us. Like we were still like but you know it wasn't really scaring us. So yeah, so PT was one. Baba, we got to talk about Baba Is You.
I love Baba Is You.
We got to talk about it. It's a logic puzzle game where it'll say Baba is you. So you control this little sprite named Baba. And then it'll say wall is stop. So you can't go through the wall. But if you turn wall is stop and you push the stop away, then you can go through walls. And if flag is win, you go into the flag to win. But you can like change the parameters of the world around by pushing the letters around.
The words.
Pushing the words around. So you can like turn like wall is win. And then now you walk into the wall and then you win.
Right.
And so it's crazy.
It will really like strain your brain.
Yeah. I will say that having Ashley with me was really good because it helped me to get like a second viewpoint on everything. Because sometimes some of them puzzles, I was like, I don't know what is going on.
Right.
So having Ashley around, that was a big help. Just because she was able to, help me see some stuff that wasn't there. Another game that we played was Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. We just kind of enjoyed this story together, researched and really kind of saw how like the twists were pulling out and stuff together. That was pretty fun.
It was fun. I mean, I really enjoyed the game. I would have enjoyed it more if it was voice acted, but I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
And we probably wouldn't have been falling asleep at times when we was playing it because it was just it was a little slow at times.
Yeah. It was not perfect. I mean, the first one was definitely not perfect because it was the opening game. Mm-hmm. But that's a fun game.
It is a fun game.
Down well is a quick one. You literally just fall down. It's like imagine Contra, but you're falling down a well and you shoot with your feet. Like
You're like a frog too.
No, I thought you were a person.
No, I thought it was a frog.
It's not a frog. You're a person.
It looks like a frog.
You're a whole person.
Look it up.
I'm going to. This is for you.
It looks like a frog.
No.
Tappity tap tap.
Yeah. Where is he? See? Person. Boom.
That's a person?
Yeah.
In the video game, it looks like a daggone frog.
It does not look like a frog.
Let me see the video game. Let me see a video game picture.
Whoop.
What was I seeing?
There are frogs in there, but you kill them.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Like, see here, angry frog.
Oh, it's been a minute since we played, so I must have just forgot.
Okay.
And I just remember the frogs. I'm like, I remember that frog.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. That's one of those games we kind of stumbled upon it because I just was watching Jacob die over and over again. And I was like, let me try. I want to see how far I can get.
Yeah, that's one of those where she talks smack like she could be better than me and then she died in 2 seconds. And
I didn't. I had a really long run.
No, the second or third time. But that first time, though, you was like, done.
Okay.
All right. The last thing that we learned co-oping together is don't stress about time.
Yeah, I think that's mainly you that learned that.
Yeah, there are certain games that they just take a long time to play. Like you're not going to beat it in one session. The Escapist 2 was the first of those games for me.
Yeah, we took a minute to play to escape from our first jail.
We really did. The other game is Civilization 6.
I love that game.
I do too. I don't know why we haven't bought the DLC for it yet.
I don't know. I feel like we're just afraid. I think it's just the fact that it takes so much time. Maybe it's it's a post-pandemic game that we can play like when the kids are not in the house.
Yeah.
But it takes way too much attention to play that game for too long.
We do like it. The thing about Civilization is there's just so much game. So we try not to just stress about it and just try to do what we can with the time that we have. And then when we get back into it, we get back into it. When we don't, we don't. You know, sometimes we just take a break from certain games. Like we took a break from Fortnite and then we got back in.
We took a 3 year?
Yeah, it took like a 2 or 3 year hiatus. The same with Civilization. You know, I don't think we played it much last year when the pandemic hit. Not
at all.
But we still have it in the house. Like when we're ready to play it, we'll boot it up and we'll play like nothing happened. So I think that's it. You know, sometimes just don't stress about time. And when you have time, you know, just kick back and enjoy what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last thing, and this is not even playing games. It's not anything that a game taught us, but I think this is important for playing games together and really just for being in a healthy relationship.
Whether it's a coupleship or a friendship.
And what is that, Ashley?
It would be to set proper expectations.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Setting expectations is a good way for each person to know what they're getting into. If you're jumping into Smash, you know, that's a good example. Smash. I can play Smash Brothers for hours.
Yeah.
Ashley can play Smash Brothers for minutes.
What? I can play for an hour.
4 minutes.
I have played it for an hour. Actually, multiple times.
Okay, fine. I can play Smash Brothers for hours. Ashley can play Smash Brothers for hour. Exactly. So, but she'll set the expectation now going into it where she'll be like, hey, I got 5 games. Or, hey, I got 2 games.
Yep.
And so I know going in, I got to make these 5 games count.
And you just got to get beat down.
That's lies.
Yep.
You can get clapped right now. Why
as long as there's a handicap, you'll be dead.
Why are you talking all that head? You will get smoked.
No, I won't.
Yes.
Not with the handicap.
With the handicap.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure I bombed you the last time we
Barely.
played.
Literally like 5% difference.
All right. You want to tell you just got clapped in Tekken. She was
That's
talking
because,
all that mess in
first of all,
Tekken before
I'm not
we
good
recorded.
at Tekken anymore.
She was talking all this mess in Tekken about how she beat. I was like, you ain't beat me in no Tekken.
I also misremembered.
Hey, I tried
because
to
I
help
was talking
you.
about Soul Calibur.
I tried to help you, tell you ain't never beat me 10 times in a row in no Tekken.
Okay, not Tekken 7, but when we were playing the Tekken that was out on the PS3, what was that? Tekken
Tag Tournament 2.
Yeah, when we played that one, I did beat you a few times.
You did. That's because
consistently, inconsistently, because we played that game a lot.
Yes, I wasn't playing online. Wasn't really doing like the combos and stuff like that. But now I've been playing Tekken. Mm-hmm. She got whopped, y'all.
And you got whopped in Soul Calibur.
That's just the one. That's the one hill you gonna die on.
Yes, it's the only game. It's the only fighting. It's the only fighting game I'm good at.
We rented it from the library. And I destroyed you.
It was so fun. But I got bored. I was like, this can go away now.
I think another time we set good expectations was when we played River City Girls and Streets of Rage 4.
Yes.
That was one where it was like, I don't know if I really want to play this, but we kind of worked it out. So basically, I tried River City Girls with Ashley, and she was going to try Streets of Rage 4 with me. And
yeah, because I really wanted to play River City Girls. Like the storyline looked more interesting to me than Streets of Rage.
Yeah. For the record, I will go on record and say that River City Girls is the better game than Streets of Rage 4. That doesn't negate that Streets of Rage 4 is not a great game, because it freaking is. But River City Girls just goes above and beyond and like basically, to me, revives the beat 'em up genre.
It was so great. I hope they make another one.
Yeah, me too. So I think you would like the Scott Pilgrim games.
Maybe. I was looking at it. I was like, maybe.
Each character has their own upgrade system, which is kind of similar to how River City Girls worked. The only thing is there's no voice acting in it, and it just lets everything play out. Like there's no talking either. Like, but the scenes just play out. But the bosses and everything are freaking cool.
That's interesting. But that is something I really loved about River City Girls. Like, you don't come across a lot of games where they just got full on voice acting.
Yeah.
And it was glorious.
And you barely have to read. I'm pretty sure even like the small like NPCs had voice acting too. It was pretty cool.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah. So yes, that's the last tip for us to you, is to set proper expectations. So we still want to hear from you. So if you have any questions for us, or you need any relationship advice as it pertains to gaming and things of nerddom, you can leave comments on the YouTube video, or you can ask us your questions via Twitter at Till Death Respawn, spelled TIL Death Respawn. Again, that is TIL Death Respawn. Ashley, did you have anything that you wanted to say?
I only want to say that if you could like and subscribe and press that bell to be notified for our next episode, that would be great.
That's right. So we thank you for listening / watching the Jacob and Ashley show. You're not going to say it?
Huh?
Did I win?
No. The Ashley and Jacob show. I'm never going to give it up.
You just soured my
Never
whole
going to
mood.
give you up. Never going to turn around. Never
You don't know to
run
stop. You don't even know that.
around.
No.
Desert you.
No. All right. So this has been episode 3 of the Jacob and Ashley show.
The Ashley and Jacob show.
We thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you have a great day.
Have a great day.
So our first topic, no,
All right.
Topeka.
All right.
It is hot in Topeka.
Will you come on?
I'm trying. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.